I will tell you one thing that connect everything together, that will contribute to either your success or your failure. Since you have to consider, if you are trying to study in any part of the world, in any country in the world, this is not only probably you are in UK, or you want to study in US, or you want to study in Canada, or you want to study in Europe, anywhere in the world, this thing I am about to say will really help you, will really help you. Please sit down, watch this video to the end, and at the end of this video I will tell you one thing that connect everything together, that will contribute to either your success or your failure. So without further ado, let's get started. Number one thing that will contribute to your success in any place that you find yourself is the location of the school. The location of your school is very important. Just imagine that mistakenly you find yourself in a location whereby there is no job, and you are an international student. Now tell me how you are going to cope with the payment of house rent, your phone bill, your car insurance, your school fees, a lot of bills. Now consider that you find yourself in a location that you have no job. How are you going to cope? And if your case is still worse to the point that nobody will send you 1,000, 2,000, how are you going to do it? Will that not contribute to the failure of your career or of your academics? So this is why you have to do your research very well. When you're trying to pick a school, try to get the location. Is the location very good for you to work? And is the location a good place to even live? That's number one. Number two is that try to consider the state or the province that you are coming into. A lot of people will never consider these things, but they will just jump and come. But when they come, they find themselves in a big mess. Now, try to consider the state or the province you are coming to. If you are coming to a country like Canada, try to consider the province, because province that you have studied in will contribute to uh, how quick and how easy you are going to achieve your permanent residence. I'm telling you, I will make a video in the future, probably my next video, about the provinces to avoid and the provinces to consider if you want to get your PR quick when you come to Canada. So if you are a student, try to know that province is a very great factor you have to consider, or else at the end of your schooling you will keep traveling from one province to the other to settle down again to start the PR process. Number three will be DL High School. In Canada, they uses designated learning institution. These are the institutions that if you study there as an international student, at the end of your study, this institution is eligible with the government to process your to process your postgraduate work permit. Because if you study in a school that is not designated learning institution, at the end of your at the end of your school, you will not be able to have to apply for your postgraduate work permit. Then what is your gain? What is your gain? So that's why you have to do your research so well before you put in any application. Number three on my list is jobs. This is very important. Stay tuned to the end of this video where I will be telling you what you need to consider that connect all those things. Job is very important. Like I told you, that the location of where you are schooling will contribute to either your success or your failure. Now this is not a joke, because you need a job. So when you're trying to pick a school, when you're trying to pick a location, know that job is very important. Job is very important, because if you don't have job, nobody is going to feed you. Nobody is going to pay your bills. Even though if you have a supporter, just consider that you are coming from a country like Nigeria, and you have someone that is sending naira to dollar. How crazy is that? So that means you need a job. Even though if your people send you money, then you might still not be okay if you are not working and earn in the currency that you are spending with. Do you get it now? So try to get the job aspect very 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 well. It's very important. One thing you also need to consider school fees. School fees is a very great factor that you have to consider. Just imagine that you are coming to study a course for 2 years, and you consider, okay, and you be like, in 2 years am I going to finish this school fee? Or probably you are coming to study a course for 1 year. So you should know that in this 1 year, am I going to finish this school fee? Because school fee, if you don't finish your school fees, if you don't finish the payment, you are not going to graduate. You are not going to graduate. And if you don't graduate, then you are messing yourself. You are missing the path at which you need to get your transition for to get your permanent residence. So these things play a lot of factors. I'm telling you. The last thing on my list is the cost. Cost of study is very important, especially if you are coming to a country like Canada. Cost of study is very important. Recently, there has been a lot of changes when it comes to the course. If you study some courses, you will not be able to apply for your postgraduate work permit, meaning that once you are done schooling, you have to go home. So once you are done schooling and spend a lot of dollars in living in a country, at the end of the studies, then you have to go home. So choose your course wisely, choose your location wisely, choose all those things wisely. I promise you that I'm going to say something that will connect all these things together at the end of this video, and this is it. Please, you have to sit down on a laptop yourself, do your thorough research. Do your thorough research. Do your thorough research. It is very good for you to have a big school fees and you have a big job. Just consider that your school fees is higher, but you still have the the location at which you are going to, you have a job there to cater for those things. If you don't have these things, sit down yourself and do what? And make a research. I will see you in my next video. Share, follow, watch and like. Thank you. See you in my next video. Makamoshe.